Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crypto News Podcast. It's your host, Matt Zahab. We are buzzing as always. Bit of a flu game today. A little bit sick, a little under the weather. That's what happens in Mexico. Sometimes you catch some bugs, c'est la vie. There's a little bit of something going around. Half of Mexico's sick right now, but we're battling through, and I am super freaking pumped to have today's guest on the show, the one and only Vince Yang, the co-founder of zkLink, the company building the first multi-rollup layer 3. Yes, you heard that right. A layer 3, a true layer 3 to solve liquidity fragmentation on Ethereum Layer 2 rollups. Vince and the team are pioneering more liquid, secure, and customizable DeFi trading experiences. Vince is a former engineer and began his experience in crypto with Bitcoin mining. Can't wait to get into that as well. And this has evolved into a deeper exploration of areas including blockchain's potential for applications as well as ZK proofs, one of the hottest topics out there right now. Vince, super pumped to have you on, my friend. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you, Matt, for the introduction. And hi, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. And as you know, chat with Matt, I have this opportunity to introduce what we've been building for the past 3 years. And also to talk a little bit about my journey in the crypto space as well. And, what's happening on the market recently is very interesting. Seeing that, ETF got approved. And also then surprisingly, the market is going down. And, we're all surprised a little bit.
Yeah, Bitcoin ETF gets approved. We all think we're going to be rich, and then boom, grayscale, classic. You still have grayscale.
We'll be there soon.
Yeah, grayscale and FTX still somehow hooping us years after the whole fiasco, and we'll get into that as well. Folks, before Vince and I went live, we were discussing where he is in the world, where I am in the world. As you all know, I am in Mexico right now on Eastern time zone. Vince is in Singapore, 13 hours ahead of me. And it is 9 p.m. for him. It's 8 a.m. for me. And him and the team are still grinding at 9 p.m. Before the show, I was like, oh God, I'm going to have to tell Vince to turn to find a better solution. There's way too much background noise because his whole team is still hauling ass. That's so cool. Vince, I'd love if you could talk a little bit about the team, what you guys are building. And is this an everyday thing? Are you guys hauling ass till 9 p.m. every single day of the week? What's the work-life balance like over in Singapore?
Our passion, work is our passion. I think it is quite normal to work at 9 p.m. still. I think it is also very normal for blockchain builders, developer teams working on exciting stuff. We're seeing like amazing progress and daily process. And that happens with the hard work and also the grindings, on different parts of the world. And this is just very normal, and we're very used to this. And work-life balance is naturally achieved when you love what you were doing, what you were building. Work is a big part of our life, and we really enjoy the whole journey in the process. And our team right now is, we are mostly Asians on the team, right? So we have a few colleagues distributed in other continents of the world, and most of the team in Singapore, Hong Kong, a few in China, and outside Asia, we have a few colleagues in the US, in North America, in Europe as well. And roughly in total, we are a team of 40 people. We have been building this since 3 years ago, started in the year 2021 in Q1, and we've envisioned the idea of Ethereum scaling solutions, zkRollups, OP-rollups were going to be very popular. There was a lot of discussions there, and we thought that there's going to be a very important primitive needed is for the interoperability among the rollups. Then we're thinking about bringing interoperability and tackling this problem using the ZK knowledge, zero knowledge proof technology. I myself started in the crypto space not on very early days in the year of 2019. I joined one of my close friends who returned to Asia from the US. I resigned from World Bank and joined the industry, and he convinced me that this is the future, right? So there was like a very big opportunity cost for him to choose to let go what we have. He had been building for a career for a long time, and joined a totally new industry, and it was tech savvy and financial oriented as well. So somehow like he think this is the next big thing, and this is the opportunity to change, to be part of the history and to ride the wave with the history. And then we joined together to started in a Bitcoin manufacturing company, and also started our own mining operation business. And after a year or so, and we decided to dive deeper into the blockchain space by understanding deeper into the technology. So I came from a technical background. I used to be an engineer working in a French company. I did my master's degree in France. And after graduation, I spent the first 3 years of my career working in an international automotive company and building out powertrain system. And I had a little bit of experience with coding, like writing low-level codes with C Sharp. And after joining this blockchain space in year 2019 and 2020, I started to learn reading codes in Solidity, understanding, reading the white paper, yellow paper, Bitcoin, Ethereum, understanding all the basic concepts. I started from absolutely zero. I jumped into the rabbit hole with zero understanding, zero idea of what's coming and what the technology is all about. And then gradually I had this, idea of the first touch with zero-knowledge proof was like quite amazing experience to me, and I was immediately amazed by the properties and also the potentials of this technology, and had a lot of discussion, brainstorming with the friends that we, were interested in this topic, and started from there. We had the initial idea of building out something that could, bring value and enable adoption and empower applications and user adoptions in a blockchain space. That's how the whole thing got started in 2021.
I love that. So you and your co-founder left some really cushy jobs as well, which you got to take risks. You want to make some shit happen. You got to take risks, and I love that. Vince, let's jump right into obviously 2 stars of the show. 1 is yourself, 2 is zkLink. Love the name as well. Beautiful name you guys have, and the company swag for the people watching this and not listening. That's such a clean hoodie. Feel free to send one over to me, Vince, and I will rock that. And everywhere I go,
just send me your address. I'll make sure it arrives on your desk.
I love it. Absolutely clean. I want you to give our listeners the elevator pitch on what exactly zkLink is. But before we jump into that, when I was doing a bit of research for the show, I've heard of L3s before. Now, my understanding of L3s is there's a lot of L2 networks, a lot of layer 2 companies and ecosystems that tell the narrative that they are an L3, but they're really not an L3. They're more like a L2.5. Obviously, everyone knows what L1s are, the biggest one being ETH. And I mean, Bitcoin, if you quantify that as an L1. But the problem with L2s is, they're very general purpose, scalability oriented, where we need L3s for application-specific scalability, customization, a lot of interoperability, actually creating apps and dApps on top of these L2s to really make things seamless and make shit happen in the Web3 ecosystem. And this is when I was like, wow, this is going to be a really fun episode, because this is something that we really desperately need as a whole. Everyone talks about how ETH can be the catalyst and the network and the ecosystem to onboard the masses into Web3. But it very well could be an L3 that does this, because without, a beautiful UX and UI and very simple interface, aka an L3, it's going to be difficult for ETH to do that. So I hope that stage setting was a decent explanation in my understanding of what exactly an L3 is, but I'd love for you to jump into it. Tell us exactly what you and the team are building at zkLink, and give us the lowdown on what exactly L3s are and why they are so important to onboard the masses into the Web3 ecosystem.
Yeah, Matt, your understanding of layer 3 is actually very good. And you already touched the pinpoints that, layer 3's first release is built on top of layer 2's, and layer 2's built on top of layer 1. And today, the most discussion of layer 3's are are related to the Ethereum ecosystem, right? So for Bitcoins, also there are also discussions of Bitcoin layer 2s, but still not yet they're getting there for layer 3 for Bitcoin or any other layer 1s. So the layer 3 discussion nowadays is within the Ethereum ecosystem. And layer 3 is a third blockchain layer built on top of Ethereum layer 2s, and the Ethereum layer 2s are scaling solutions building on top of Ethereum to scale the Ethereum and to trying to break the blockchain trilemma of Ethereum. At zkLink, we're building the first cross rollup layer 3 or multi-rollup layer 3, meaning that this layer 3 is unified layer the third layer on top of multiple layer twos. We call it zkLink Nexus. We have actually two platforms. So we recently launched the zkLink Nexus, which is the first multi-rollup layer 3 on top of multiple zk-rollup layer 2s. And there are already very famous projects and companies building zk-rollup layer 2 scaling solutions for Ethereum like Stackware, Stacknet, zkSync, Scroll, Polygon zk EVM, Tyco, Consensus Linear. All those are already big projects and popular. And these different zk layer 2s, they have their own ecosystem. As you already mentioned, they're general purpose layer 2 scaling the Ethereum to build, build for general purpose applications and the EVM compatible. So any developers can build in any sort of applications using Solidity programming language. But eventually, these layer 2s will, at some point, meet the same problem as the layer 1, is that they do not have the throughput performance is needed by some high performance applications.
Yeah.
So then there comes the needs of a layer 3. Layer 3s will be application specific. They will meet the specific demands for certain applications for high performance and low transaction cost. And at the same time, you don't want to make a compromise on security. So you build the layer 3 on top of the layer 2s using the layer 2 similar stack. Like the layer 2 developers like Arbitrum, Optimism, Stackware, zkSync are all launching their layer 3 solutions using their layer 2 tech stack. So Arbitrum launched the Arbitrum Orbit. It's basically settling transactions on Arbitrum, and then the zkSync Hyperchain, the zk stack, on top of zkSync Era layer 2. And then you have the Stackware Stacknet layer 3, the Madara scaling engine on top of Stacknet layer 2. In comparison with these single rollup layer 3s, zkLink is building a new type of layer 3, which is a cross rollup layer 3 that settles transactions on top of multiple layer 2s. The ones that I just mentioned are the zk rollup layer 2s. The reason why it is only working on multiple layer 2s is because the zk rollup layer 2s can talk to the Ethereum contract through the canonical message channel at a quicker space. So because for any cross-chain or cross-rollup architecture, if you want to achieve the finality of the transactions, you need like a fast and secure state synchronization across the layer 2s. And only the zk-rollup layers to talk to this Ethereum contract through the canonical message channel at a faster space. That at the moment, as this layer, zk-rollup layer 2 is still at the early stage. The settlement speed is like anywhere between like several hours to 24 hours, up to 24 hours. But OP rollup will take up to 14 days for this challenge period, because this using a...
It's that long?
Yes. And the fraud proof is not live yet. So no, I'm not aware of any OP rollups that has already, launched the fraud proof. So basically the OP rollups is running, the finality of the transactional rollups is takes up to 7 to 14 days. And the zk rollups, the finality of the transactions on Ethereum layer 1 is much faster. And it can be even faster in the future with the development of these ecosystems. Will, by theory, it can go down to like, within an hour, several minutes, like that. And then a layer 3 on top of these layer 2s, zk layer 2s, and will be able to settle the transaction happening on the layer 3 on Ethereum through this message channel between the layer 2 and Ethereum layer 1, zk layer 2. So there's from layer 3 to layer 2, it takes minutes, and from layer 2 to Ethereum, it takes minutes. So together, you can also settle the transaction, have a faster finality on Ethereum within minutes. So this is the idea of how we consider that layer 3 can achieve Ethereum equivalent security, because this is the fundamental problem, right? So anything when you develop, any problem you try to solve, you do not want to, solve the problem with the price of making a compromise on security. Exactly. When there's no compromise on security, then you think about, what benefits it comes with, right? So with the cross-rollup layer 3, you have the benefits of aggregated assets and liquidities from these multiple ecosystems. Currently, I think there are roughly 500 million TVL on each of these zk-rollup layer 2s respectively when they're live on mainnet. This number will grow for sure with the development of their ecosystem, with the launch of their token respectively. And then on this, the cross rollup layer 3, you'll be able to tap to all these assets existing natively in these different layer 2 ecosystems respectively. So application building on top of this layer 3 can list the tokens across this ecosystem, can create a trading pair of Stark and ZKS from zkLink, or a USDT or to any token, and you will be able to merge Ethereum from different layer 2s into the same pool, into the same token. And so it's the same for the for the stable coins. In that sense, you will be able to aggregate this liquidity and unified liquidity on the third layer. So it starts from Ethereum layer 1, and then it goes up to multiple different layer 2s. And then with zkLink Nexus, it emerges again and be connected with a unified layer 3. So this is a scheme. This is similar to the Ethereum logo.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is how we solve this interoperability and also liquidity fragmentation problem that are going to be a major problem for the rollup ecosystem, because we're going to have hundreds of rollups, hundreds of layer 2s for different purposes. One of my colleagues just left the team to build out another layer 2 recently, RWA focused layer 2, because obviously he sees a market demand for that, for a RWA focused layer 2. And this seems to be a very good, interesting idea and a very good opportunity. But the problem is that with the more and more like builders entering the space, we're going to see hundreds of rollups, even thousands. And all they're going to create very complicated and fragmented user experience, liquidity fragmentation, and navigation complexities, and increase the friction cost for moving from one layer to another, because hundreds of rollups, meaning you're gonna have to use a lot of different bridges.
That's nightmare fuel. That's not. We need one single unified
it's not the
solution.
kind of user experience that you would want. If you like you for crypto mass adoption, we believe that abstraction is very important. Simplification is very important. Every step you reduce for user journey, every step you abstract for the user understanding, the more intuitive it becomes, the simpler it becomes, and the more users you will be able to attract to get outside of the crypto space. For crypto native users, of course, they will try so hard and try all they can to understand the concepts, to try out the different technology. But for general users, even using a centralized platform like a centralized exchange is sometimes, a high learning cost for them. So we have to at least match the user experience of a centralized platform like, as simple as Coinbase.
It's got to be clean.
Yeah, it's clean, intuitive, right? So it's user-friendly or somehow already. And what they are trying to match the user experience from the Web2 applications. Very smooth, sleek, seamless.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, I think the decentralized applications eventually have to match that kind of level of user experience. Otherwise, mass adoption or onboarding, next building of users on-chain or onto the decentralized applications will not happen unless we will have the infrastructure being ready for these types of applications. zkLink is exactly built, the infrastructure is built for this purpose, to onboard the next building traders on chain, to empower the next generation of super applications, starting with the trading applications like decentralized exchanges, order book driven or AMM driven, or NFT, gaming, etc. And to achieve this target, I think layer 3 comes with the natural benefit of hyperscaling, because it is the third layer. Each layer you go up, you have like scalability benefits, marginal gain on that, and it comes with reduced cost, because you can batch transactions and generate a proof and then settle the transactions on the second layer and then on the Ethereum. So you have the scalability gain, you have the cost gain. At the same time, you have the ability to aggregate assets and abstract the complexities across multiple layer 2s, which means simplify the user experience, which also means simplify the developer experience. This is the value proposition of zkLink Layer 3, and we believe this will be particularly beneficial for decentralized financial products like order book DEXs for perpetual contracts for options
Yeah,
or
that's
for
huge.
some gaming companies. Yes, we're hoping to get this infrastructure mature and production ready for the best developers that can deliver the best user experience. Like you said, simple, clean user interface, one unified interface to serve multiple purposes, and using the infrastructure we're building.
I love that. It's funny, and you brought up a great point there, Vince. In order to onboard the masses, again, this isn't fake news. This is the realest of news, and it needs to be clean. It needs to be sexy. It needs to be easy. It needs to be frictionless. And the teams that build those products right now are 9 times out of 10, they're exchanges. They're centralized exchanges. And when we onboard a Web2 user into the Web3 ecosystem, usually their first touch point is an exchange. But once you leave that exchange and you start messing around with DeFi, it's nightmare fuel. It is way too complex. There is so much friction. I'll still never forget the first couple times I, sent a MetaMask transaction, or let alone had to bridge a coin to another coin. Oh, like, are you kidding me? That was scary as hell. I'm just like, where's my money? Is it gone to an abyss? And that's scary stuff. So we need more teams like you guys building. Vince, we need to take a quick break and give a huge shout out to our sponsor of the show. But when we get back, we still have a bunch of topics to discuss. We're going to get into ZK proofs, some ETH, some DeFi, unifying L1s and L2s, and of course the Bitcoin ETF. We all thought it was going to pump and it dumped. We also got to get into zkL token. You and the team had a lovely public raise going on. I believe it just concluded, and we'll get into that right after this. But until then, huge shout out to our sponsor of the show. That is Prime XBT. We love the team at Prime XBT as they offer a robust trading system for both beginners and professional traders. It doesn't matter if you're a rookie or a veteran. You can easily design and customize your layouts and widgets to best fit your trading style. Prime XBT is always offering innovative products and professional trading conditions and solutions to all of their customers. Prime XBT is also running an exclusive promotion for listeners of the Crypto News podcast. The promo code is CryptoNews50, and you can use that to receive 50%. That is 50% of your deposit credited to your trading account. Again, that is CryptoNews50, all one word, to receive 50% of your deposit credited to your trading account. And now back to the show with Vince. Let's jump right into zkL. I was flabbergasted, perhaps is a bit of a big word, but it was such a clean raise done by you and the team. Obviously, we've been planning this for a couple of weeks now. So whenever I have a guest on the pod, as soon as we get them locked and loaded, I do my initial deep dive. And then every couple of days after that, I'll lurk socials, see what's going on, read blog posts, check coin price, blah, 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 whatever. You guys obviously don't have a public trading coin, but this is what the purpose of this raise was for. It was done just beautifully, in my opinion. Everything was super clean, really good updates, clear communication. I'd love if you could walk us through sort of the rationale behind, one, launching the coin. What is its utility? And if you could start by talking about how you guys chose to do the public raise and how you guys made it so clean, so perhaps other teams who are listening could emulate and follow what you guys did. I think that'd be a great place to start here, Vince.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt, for, this whole process behind the scenes is actually, we have been spending a lot of time and, made a lot of efforts to make this happen. The reason that we choose to do this community raise is mostly to, engage and, grow our community and to be able to deepen our relationship with our early community members and supporters. This is a very good opportunity for us to establish a deeper relationship with our community with this community sale, because this token sales actually comes at a discount. Our last round of private rounds was raised as a higher valuation than the community sale round happening on CoinList right now. So we want our community members to have the feeling that their support, ongoing support, is deeply appreciated, and we will reward and the early adopters and their long-term support in many different ways. And this is I think starting with the community sale is a good way, in our opinion, to show our appreciation. And the whole process is managed by our team together. And we have seen overwhelming support from our community. We have roughly in total 300 to 350,000 of community members in our Discord channel. And we've seen overwhelming support and very positive feedbacks from our community members. They like the idea that we're launching at the right timing after almost 3 years of grinding, grinding and building, and seeing that the ecosystem is also beginning to grow very fast. Recently, we're onboarding as we continue onboarding more ecosystem applications, developer teams, and we're launching different initiatives to enhance the momentum of the ecosystem growth. We recently launched the Liquidity Alliance program to onboard market makers to provide the liquidity, to boost liquidity in our ecosystem application. And there's to make all these initiatives possible, then a token will be naturally needed. And also this token fundamentally is the native utility token and the governance token of the protocol. It will be the payment token for the proof market to provide the necessary computational resources needed to generate the proof and sustain the operation of the network, and also as a governance instrument to ensure the decentralization and the sustainability of the network in long term, and to govern the key developments and also the different matters like the community votes and how to develop our ecosystem for other important initiatives after the token genesis events. They will be collectively decided by the DAO member together using the token as the instrument to coordinate this process. And also it will be the utility token for developers to as a license fee to pay for the infrastructure service. And also, of course, the developers in the beginning, as all startups, they might find it is like expensive to pay in this token. So the DAO will provide this initial support for the to onboard the early stage startups to facilitate the whole process and to promote adoption. And in return, there could be some sort of agreement between the DAO and the developer teams to pay by future revenue sharing. So it's quite flexible over there. And with this token sale, and we're entering the fast track to bring the product and the mainnet live and to onboard more developer teams and we have a very busy pipeline of key partnerships and integrations in the next few months with the strategic technology providers related to the rollup framework that we're building, and also some important applications that we think that will be very exciting for our community and the users. I cannot reveal the details right now, but I'm personally very excited for what's coming, and we hope that our community members who have been lucky and won the lottery for the whitelist board, and for those who have not, they will still have the opportunity to be rewarded. And we want to engage them in long term, and we really appreciate their support. And I think it appears to me that this community sale is one of the most popular one in the recent history of CoinList. So we're really, really happy for that, and we deeply appreciate the support from our community members.
100%. Well said there. I'm sure you can't tell me this, but you got to shoot your shot. What's the plan for centralized exchanges? You guys going to do the whole kit, bam and caboodle, Binance, Coinbase, everyone? You going to do all the big boys, all the big gals? Is that coming up soon?
That's definitely our target. Yeah, we definitely want to, try our best, so we're still in the process of, figuring out what's the opportunities, what's possible. We try very hard, and we try our best to, get the list on the best platforms to have a stronger momentum for everything. This is like, stay tuned.
100%. Yeah. Vince, I had to ask. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't. Let's take a step away from zkLink and yourself, of course. And we got to talk about the Bitcoin ETF. This impacts everyone. Obviously, you guys aren't involved in the Bitcoin space primarily. You guys are Team ETH, building an L3, of course. But did you guys expect this price action to happen? I want to say, when the Bitcoin ETF launched, we were at 46, 47. Heck, we might have even been at 48 at the time. And then boom, I think yesterday we hit 39,000. Like what's going on there? I know you guys have some very incredible and very switched on smart lads and lasses on the team. Like, did you guys expect this to happen? Was this a big shock to you? Do you think it's going to increase long term? Do you think the halving will still have the effect that everyone thinks it does? What's your sort of short-term sentiment on Bitcoin?
To start with, I have to admit that I'm not an expert in trading, so I'm really not, very good at market analysis or pricing predictions. But we all care about the price of Bitcoin. Of course, it's the beta of the whole market, right? So it's the indicator that we all care about. I still have a lot of friends that are working in the Bitcoin space. They still the Bitcoin miners and also the Bitcoin mining companies, the mining farm companies. So I'm still pretty close to the Bitcoin community. The feeling that I've got from the Bitcoin community is that they really don't care that much about the short-term price changes, whether it's like rising from the 26K to the 48K, the rally due to the ATF approval, the expectations, and or whether it's just the most recent, the last 3 days, these selling pressure coming from probably the Grayscale and FTX liquidations. Within the zkLink team, I think everyone is very, very focused on building out the infra. So they don't really know what's going on, and we're trying to.
They don't. You guys don't give a shit about that. I had to ask just because again, it's realistically. It's some of the biggest news.
It's not actually 100% that we are not, caring much about the price changes, because this will give us more time. I think we think this is we expect this to happen, and it's not totally a bad thing for the builders, for the developer teams. When the pricing is running very fast, everything is rising very fast, and then you feel there's a feeling with the team that are we too slow?
Yeah,
everyone else there is already. Yeah, the big boys is already made it, and they're growing so fast, and everything moving so fast. We have the feeling that we're not doing it, we're not executing another dividend fast enough. But when the price is get stabilized or starts slowly going down, then we feel like there's more time for us, and we can be more focused on the coding and and developing the ecosystem and everything. But as we're doing the community, so of course we hope that the whole market is going strong, and we do believe that we don't know what's going to happen in the next 1 week or two, but we know that in this year, the overall the market will go strong, right? So there's a lot of positive signals we have seen with the Bitcoin halving, which is going to happen very soon, with the Ethereum upgrade, Cancun updates. So a lot of positive things, and also with the infrastructure getting mature very quickly, new types of applications being unlocked, new doors being opened, and also with the interest cut, is expectation. Don't think that this short-term dumping pressure will be a big problem mid-long term. So overall, we just still want to continue to focus on what we were building and want to ship fast as possible.
I love that. Vince, this has been absolutely incredible. A couple more questions, mate, and then we'll wrap up. Let's talk 2024 trends, 2024 hot topics. Besides the solutions and pieces of infrastructure that you and the team are working on, is there anything sort of outside of you and your guys' realm that really excites you at the moment? Obviously, you guys are doing everything ZK related, L1, L2, L3, more specifically L3. Any other areas of crypto or ecosystems that really tickle your fancy at the moment?
I think for the past few weeks that we have seen interesting things happen with the modular blockchain space, right? So building a layer 3 actually is also part of the broader modular landscape, because you have to decouple some of the key components to be flexible, to be customizable, to meet the diverse demands. So we work hand in hand with the modular solution providers like Celestia, EigenDA, or the Oracle, the other like shared sequencers. These will be like very important a trend for the roll-up ecosystem. Can just decouple the components to be flexible, customizable, to meet the diverse demands, to have a flexibility to reduce the cost and to have some, enhanced performance in certain areas using different solutions, making compromise on different parameters. So I think this is the way. And but we're also doing this within the Ethereum ecosystem still, because this is still the strongest developer community where all innovations, the most fundamental innovations are happening on a daily basis. So we expect that this is, still we want to focus on the Ethereum community. And there are constraints coming with Ethereum for sure. And outside the Ethereum community, there are also important innovations happening on a daily basis. Like within the Cosmos ecosystem, we've seen exciting things like, DYDX building out their Wave 4 is a fully decentralized matching engine implemented in the Cosmos Layer 1 chain. This is amazing. We're internally, we're exploring, what they're building, and that we find it really amazing. And also innovations are happening on other ecosystem like Solana recently just, what have come back, right? So after the FTX implosion, and the Solana ecosystem is growing so fast and it's getting strong. And for us, from the technology perspective, we think that the most important game changer in the year 2024 is account abstraction. Because this is most fundamental elements related to the user experience. Abstraction, again, is so important for user experience, for adoption. Account abstraction will set the grounds for us to build out everything, on top of it. So zkLink is also working with account abstraction solution providers, and we're more like, doing some deep work on the front of chain rollup abstraction, trying to integrate them and abstract this and simplify this for developers and users, while account abstraction is providing solutions for all end users, including you and me. And I hope that in 2024 we'll be able to see some amazing products using account abstraction, and give us there's products that we use day to day, like exchanges with social accounts, social recovery, social login, etc. And I'm mostly excited about the progress on account abstraction. I would say this is still pretty early, and there's a huge potential there. And a lot of the infrastructures will have the account abstraction embedded, and it's not mature yet. It's not user ready. It's not production ready. I hope that it will get ready very, very soon.
Yeah, well said. Vince, pleasure having you on, my man. This was a great episode. Super pumped for you and the team. You guys are building something incredible, and sky's the limit, and I'll be following along. Really appreciate you coming on, and can't wait for our second round. But before we let you go, can you please let our listeners know where they can find you and zkLink online and on socials?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter. My Twitter is zkLink, and it's a verified account with a black punk. And you can find also zkLink official Twitter account, zkLink _official. You can also visit our official website, which is zk.link, and there's a detailed explanation on our documentation, the developer docs explaining in detail how the solution works. And also, of course, you can also find us in Discord channel. There's only one zkLink Discord channel, and we're happy to chat with you there and answer your question, any question related to the project or any other topic. And thank you, Matt. This is a great session. I love it. And great chatting with you. And let us know. There's a second opportunity. When we can come back and next time with bigger news, with more exciting progress and advancements on the tech and also the ecosystem development. And of course, hopefully when this time we come back, we'll already have a token.
I love it. Folks, what an episode with Vince Yang, co-founder of zkLink. We jumped into a whole lot of stuff here. Everything Layer 3 related, mapping ZK proofs, DeFi, ZK rollups, you name it, we touched it. Huge shout out to Vince and the team for making this happen. Vince was unreal, dropping tons of knowledge bombs left, right, and center. If you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you did, please do subscribe. It would mean the world to my team and I. Speaking of the team, love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Eustace, the goatiest sound editor in the world. You're the man. Appreciate you. And back to the listeners. Love you guys. Keep on growing those bags and keep on staying healthy, wealthy, and happy. Bye for now, and we'll talk soon.